Our story begins in the 16th century. The Spanish have just arrived in the Philippines. They brought their flags, their swords, their friars, and a massive desire to build giant, heavy stone churches that could survive earthquakes. Back in the 1500s, you couldn't just walk into a hardware store and buy a bag of cement. You had to make your own mortar, known as argamasa. The Spanish secret recipe for this brick glue was simple: lime, sand, water, and, believe it or not, thousands upon thousands of egg whites. The proteins in egg whites act as a natural binder. It made the walls incredibly tough. So, church construction sites across the Philippines suddenly became massive egg-cracking factories. But this created a hilarious, catastrophic culinary crisis. The friars were using the whites for the walls, which meant they had mountains of leftover egg yolks. They had so many yolks they didn't know what to do with them. Historical rumors say they were literally throwing barrels of egg yolks into the rivers. Enter the local Filipinos. They looked at the rivers of golden yolks, looked at the Spanish friars, and said, "Hold my spoon." Filipinos are masters of resourcefulness. They rescued those yolks, mixed them with wild sugarcane, added milk, and poured the mixture into oval-shaped tin containers called llaneras. They didn't have big baking ovens, so they used heavy metal steamers called kukusan. The first Filipino Leche Flan was born. Every single bite was a delicious, sweet act of rebellion against colonial food waste. For a few hundred years, Leche Flan was great, but it was light. It tasted more like the traditional Spanish flan de leche, soft, a bit airy, and made with fresh carabao or cow's milk. Then, the year 1900 hits. The Americans arrive in the Philippines, and they bring their own secret weapon: canned goods. Before refrigerators existed, fresh milk spoiled fast in the tropical Philippine heat. The Americans solved this by bringing shiploads of evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk. Filipino grandmothers, our legendary lolas, took one look at a can of condensed milk, tasted its thick, sugary, ultra-milky stickiness, and had a collective epiphany. They kicked the fresh milk out of the kitchen and poured the canned milk straight into the egg yolks. This single historical swap changed the texture of flan forever. It transformed a light, jiggly European custard into a dense, rich, velvety, heavyweight champion of desserts. The American cans turned Leche Flan into an absolute powerhouse. Making Leche Flan is not just cooking. It is a psychological thriller. It is a test of patience, ego, and family honor. If you visit any Filipino household during Christmas or a fiesta, the kitchen is a high-stress battleground. There are 3 strict phases to this drama. Phase 1. The caramel burn. You start by putting white sugar directly into the metal llanera. You place the tin right over an open flame. You cannot walk away. If you look at your phone for 2 seconds, the sugar burns, turns black, and tastes like charcoal. You must watch it melt into a perfect, glowing amber syrup. It requires the focus of a bomb technician. Phase 2. The whisking whispers. Next, you mix your yolks and your canned milks. Here is the golden rule: do not create bubbles. If you whisk too fast, you trap air. Air means bubbles. Bubbles mean your flan will look like a sponge when it cooks. A smooth, hole-free texture is the ultimate status symbol for a Filipino cook. If your flan has holes, the aunties will gossip about it. Phase 3. The secret steam. You strain the mixture through a cloth 3 times to ensure it is pure liquid silk. You pour it over the hardened caramel, cover it tightly in aluminum foil, and steam it gently. The foil keeps the water drips out. It is a slow, quiet sweat inside the steamer. When the flan cools down, you play the most dangerous game in dessert history, the flip. You place a plate upside down over the llanera. You hold your breath, and you flip it over in one swift motion. You lift the tin, and if you did it right, a perfect, glossy, golden brick of custard slides out, completely swimming in a lake of dark amber caramel syrup. Today, Leche Flan is the undisputed ruler of Filipino celebrations. It is so good that one dessert cannot contain it. We put it inside hollow glasses. We bake it on top of chiffon cakes to make flan cake. We stuff it inside sweet bread. It is a dessert born from leftover church scraps, upgraded by wartime survival rations, and perfected by generations of loving grandmothers. It is sweet, it is heavy, and it is a reminder that Filipinos can take any situation and turn it into a celebration. Well, the flip didn't go exactly as planned, but that's baking. Let's learn from this flan-tastic fail and try again. We finally nailed the perfect flip. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.